How's it going, everyone? It is your favorite apostates. I'm McKay.
And I'm Jordan.
And I've been making a conscious effort to say just I'm McKay every time.
I have noticed because I'm always afraid you're going to say my name is, and then it throws me off.
There we go. I love consistency, and I haven't been consistent, so making an effort. How's everybody's week been? How's it going? Did you catch last week's live stream? Are you going to join us for tomorrow's live stream if you're watching this on Monday, July 18th? Then you can see us on the 19th, which is going to be a live stream. We're trying to do it every Tuesday. We might switch it up a little bit and change over times because it looks like people are more active a lot of times on Wednesday, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But other than that, we have a few announcements just so that people are in the know.
Patron exclusive movie watch party round 2 happening August 5th. It's coming and it's going to be good, and you're going to watch a movie with us and it's going to be fabulous and you're going to love it. So I can't hype it enough. And
it's going to be the new version of Saturday's Warriors. So those of you who have already seen it with us, you can embark on a similar journey to see the updated version.
And this was not my choice to do the updated version. Patrons voted.
They spoke
And wanted to see the new version that came out in 2015. So that's what we will be watching. So come join the Patreon. Not only that, but we have a bunch of exclusive content, bunch of videos that you've never seen before.
Ad-free content,
so you don't have to sit through ads, all that good stuff. So
other perks. That'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I think this is like the 5th time I've tried to say this, but you can find more info over at patreon.com/Jordan McKay, and you can join us for that.
Use Google to figure out the time if we got it wrong.
Sorry.
We are struggling.
Another thing that we want to mention, we'll have next week's video for the 25th. Mm-hmm. And then we will have
live stream
on the 26th. And then we will have a brief absence. There will not be a regularly scheduled video/audio podcast for the 1st. We'll just do our live stream on the 2nd because we are going to be out of town.
But you'll still get to see us that week with the live stream. So don't fret.
Tune in for that.
We still got you.
Some time for ourselves. There's a couple birthdays that need to be celebrated.
Including McKay's, so happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Don't say that yet. Well, I guess you'll be close enough when this comes out.
His birthday is Friday. If you're watching this on Monday, July 18th. Happy birthday, McKay.
Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Okay, thank you for bearing with us. You're all beautiful and wonderful. If we added a skip, welcome back, you dirty person, you terrible... Just kidding. It's okay to skip those things if you don't care. Today, we just kind of been on a TikTok thing, and we talk about TikTok and things on the live stream, but it's a little bit dangerous to do it on the live stream because of copyright. TikTok's kind of like the Wild West when it comes to copyright and things like that, whereas YouTube is noticeably more stringent, noticeably more strict. So we're going to watch some more TikToks. Today, I went through and I pulled a bunch of what I would consider to be religious and, for our intents and purposes, Christian/Mormon TikTok cringe. There's a good variety of them. And you know what? TikTok for a lot of people, and including us, is kind of a cringe thing. I'm going to be real. We're cringe when it comes to TikTok. Don't you agree?
I mean, some of our TikToks are purposefully cringe.
But
I wouldn't call all of them cringe.
You know, I'm open to some criticism when it comes to our TikToks and things of that nature. So it's not like
you're open to criticism. We always get criticized.
Well, I'm not being like, oh, these guys on these TikToks are so cringe. They're so stupid. And
getting hate was the name of the game when we started on TikTok. We got shit on constantly. So
yeah, we should just do like a super cut of all of our TikToks in one now that I know how to edit and everything like that.
We have 2 compilations, but they're dated.
Yeah, they're dated. We need to get them all on there. That'd be really cool. We need to post more too. That would be great.
We suck at posting on TikTok. Now we're just rambling. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk about TikTok, Christian, Mormon, Cringe. I made a compilation of just some that I could not pass up, honestly. So let's get it set up and we will take a look at those. Again, just to remind people, we're going to talk over a lot of them because there's text on screen and or we're going to have to disable the audio. There's one that I'm probably going to have to sing for just in order for it to make sense. So we're going to see how that goes. But
remember, we have podcast listeners who don't see any of this stuff visually, so it helps. And also it's, let's be more accommodating and make things more accessible for everyone.
Anyway, this one starts off, Jesus was a real person.
My dad was in the newspaper. Your local paper?
Jesus was a real person. Says who? Your Bible? LOL. Nobody wants to hear about your ancient sky daddy. This is supposed to be about a real famous person.
My dad is famous.
My Jesus is famous. He saved lots of lives on the cross.
Oh, she's crying now.
Oh, and it's white Jesus. He was a hero for people. More white Jesus.
He was my hero.
It's Mormon Jesus too.
And he's my hero too.
Okay, this is like mega
Was that
cringe.
Mormon Jesus?
Yes, it was.
That was Mormon Jesus.
Yes.
That on the last bit there.
Mormonism has a very, I won't say he's unique because he's just a white looking dude with facial hair, but they use like the same Jesus for like just about everything.
Yeah. Well, it was when they did the Bible videos. They got this one guy. I'm going to put a picture on the screen. If not, if you're just listening, you can Google Mormon Bible videos Jesus, and that will pull up the same picture that I probably will put up here. But I think a lot of people see that and just use that and not even realize, probably a lot of people who don't think that Mormons are Christians use that unintentionally.
For real.
But it was like a way for Mormons to break into the mainstream by making these Bible videos. And some of them were just objectively the King James version only. And then in some of the videos, they kind of added some of the Joseph Smith translation stuff kind of weirdly. So anything worth
crying?
looking at?
It's just the audio for me. Like when she's like, some of these comments are so mean. Just wanted to share my perspective. Like, yeah, I know. I mean, we're not here to hate on your perspective. We're just here to hate on the fact that this is like the cringiest sequence of events that you could have put together for a TikTok. Like,
I know this is part of the cringe is like people. This person is like, Jesus was a real person, and then people will be like, well, do you have any evidence to back that up? And they're like, you're persecuting me.
Mormons.
Honestly, Mormons. Yeah.
And let's just address this right off the bat. I got a question on Instagram this week that was similar that asked us how we feel about other religious people. And I think if you've been watching us for a while, I feel like it's pretty clear that we don't hate religious people, like in any sense or of the word. The main problem that we have is with the institution, and of course we have problems with people if they perpetuate harmful rhetoric.
Yeah.
Transphobia,
if people are going to be
homophobia.
the tools in the hand of an institution that's actively harming people, like obviously you're going to catch some shit for it.
Like there's different, like it's different to just be like hateful towards people versus like calling someone out and being like, no, this is no. And like there's nothing wrong with anything she's saying here. I mean, this is how she feels.
That's how she believes.
We're just making fun of the cringe. Not the belief.
Not the belief.
The cringe.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, people do believe that Jesus was a real man. And that's great. For me, it doesn't matter if he was real or not.
Sounds like a cool dude.
In my opinion, it sounds cool, and a lot of people take words of Jesus out of context and all that kind of shit. But
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if Jesus were a transcendent of time being that is aware of everything right now, that if he were to be here right now, that he would not like most of the Christians. I would venture to say
a lot of them, at least.
So
yeah. Is Jesus in the room with us now, Jordan?
I don't know. I feel Jesus in this Chili's tonight.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
There will come a day where people will wish that you force the gospel down their throat.
I didn't watch this whole thing, but it was the hook that I was like, excuse me?
I'm sorry, what?
Um,
I don't think anybody ever wishes to be non-consensually forced to do anything. Especially from someone else who's like, you wish I would do this and force you to do this. Like, I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. And it's so menacing to be like, oh, people will rue the fucking day that the gospel wasn't forced down their throat. Like, this is like threatening violence, essentially.
They're very compassionate human beings.
Forcibly force them the gospel, because let me tell you something. When Jesus Christ comes back, it ain't gonna be a smooth day for unbelievers. It ain't gonna be a sweet day from unbelievers. Jesus is gonna separate the goats from the sheep, and where them goats going ain't gonna be pretty. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
What's that one song? I think it's by Cake. Goats go to heaven, or sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell.
Really?
Who's that by? Sheep go to heaven. Oh, I was right. It's by Cake.
It's by Cake. Wow. I had that album on my iPod.
And you didn't even know that song.
I didn't. I just don't get the appeal of this. Mormons do this too. That's why people are like, why do Mormons have so much food storage? Like, this type of conditioning and rhetoric is why.
It's going to be a bad day for the non-believers because we prepared, we gathered food, we repented, and all this
and things are going to
stuff.
get really bad before they get good. Like, Jesus has to burn down the earth before things are going to get better. So
fire.
Sit your ass down and get ready. Like, this whole message, like, if I were wanting to convert people to Christianity, like, this video has a lot of views. This is just not the way to do it. You know, like, this is not, like, leading with compassion. And people are like, this is truth. But I'm like, if I was, like, not in the space of not believing any of this, and then she was like, this shit's gonna happen and it's gonna be bad, and guess what, it's gonna suck and you're gonna get separated and you're gonna burn in hell and all, like, I'm like, that might work on people who have, like, a lot of fear. Like, you know, if I wasn't Mormon, that might have worked on me because a lot of my faith was fear-based. But for your average person, I just don't think this is an effective strategy.
I know.
You know? You're
playing with chicken with me, and I don't chicken out, honestly.
And the thing is, though, if you are not sure that you are saved, if you are not sure that you are born again, you need to make sure today. The Bible says today is the day of salvation. Y'all keep playing with y'all's salvation. Y'all keep playing with God, saying, God, I'm going to give my life to you, you know, after I finish living it up, after I finish partying, after I finish smoking, after I finish drinking. You know, let me have this one last drink. Let me have, that may be your last day on earth. You never know. You never know. You never know when Jesus Christ is coming back, and you also never know when you're going to die. Y'all keep playing. God never promised.
You're going to get up there and Jesus is going to be like, what the f*** is up with the beer, dude?
Bro.
You had one beer last night, and look at where you are. Yeah. Now you're here. It's too late for you.
One beer, and then I came, and you had the beer in hand. Sorry.
Disappointing.
Sorry, friendo.
To hell you go.
Yeah. This is where things, I don't, like, Christianity covers such a vast spectrum of belief on what it means to be saved and all that shit. Because this is kind of aligned with Mormonism, where it's like, you can't procrastinate the day of your repentance because he's coming like a thief in the night, right? Whereas I've heard from other Christians that all you have to do is believe on Jesus' name and you're saved. And then people are like, Mormons aren't Christian because they don't believe they're saved by grace, because you don't have to just like accept Jesus or whatever. So I honestly don't get it. It's like really wide. Somebody explain. We've got good Christians in here. Everybody help me out on the live stream. What's the deal? Do you have to believe and you're good, or do you have to like believe and repent and you can't procrastinate because
depends on the denomination?
Be caught with your pants down.
Depends on the Christian. Like,
I guess so.
There's no like broad sweeping thing. I think even on like, I mean, maybe the whole God is good thing, but even that I feel like is kind of subjective.
I found
God is a God of justice.
A God of justice. I found Here's another question for the believing, for the Christians, the cool Christians that are in the crowd. Did you like that alliteration? That was pretty cool, right?
Cool Christians.
I stumbled upon a believing Mormon TikTok, and they were talking about, oh my God, they don't count us as Christians because we don't believe the Nicene Creed. I don't think that's true. And so many people were in accordance with it. They're like, oh yeah, they don't. That's all bullshit anyway. I don't know if anybody thinks that, so correct me if I'm wrong on that. But anyway, sorry for the rabbit hole.
It's another day on this earth, so don't ever think or believe that God owes you anything. Let me tell you something. God is coming back very soon. Get right with him. There will come a day, I'm telling y'all. There will come a day. But I hope that day, I just hope that day doesn't come too soon for some of y'all. All right, so y'all can repent and turn y'all lives to Jesus, man. Honestly, there will come a day.
Can't I drink
always
beer and turn my life to Jesus?
No, it's nasty. So
It is nasty, and I would never do that. But
you gotta drink tequila, bro.
disappointing.
Telling you.
You could literally
There's-
say praying makes me happy, and people will yell at you. It's so sad. I don't think anybody's yelling at you. For
I
doing that.
literally don't care if you're praying.
We are like a Christian fascist nation at this point. I don't think
Honestly.
people are yelling at you about that, but okay. Karen.
Yeah, you're literally allowed to pray on the football field. So says the Supreme Court recently. So after your high school football game.
Where does it end? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna say something?
Oh, what I was gonna say. The other day I made reference to like these weird ass like young guys who get on TikTok and they have like really dark background and the light floods their face and they like really emotionally preach to people. There's like a new one every quarter. I swear to God. I chose not to pick those guys because that's like low hanging easy fruit. So I tried to pick some that were a little. This is kind of the vibe, but this,
Oh, you guys,
Why is that?
I'm so desperate for healing.
Jesus have mercy on the heartbroken today.
Oh, I'm so desperate. It's insane.
All right, everybody on YouTube in the comments right now, comment what you think this guy is so desperate about. I don't know. There's no context.
Well,
This dude's just praying over or like crying over his Bible. I don't know what's going on.
I lost a little bit of compassion when I realized that he's a pastor. Because I feel like I would have more compassion for a person that's just like really down, like at a cross in the road, and they're like really struggling and they've turned to religion, and that's fine. And like that's one thing, and I'm like, okay, but then this dude is like a pastor and this is what he does and he's advertised like
This is literally a brand account.
it's marketing. It's not like, it doesn't come off genuine to me. I don't know. I don't ever hate on people who like cry on TikTok, but I could never like do that.
Yeah.
I just can't. There are people who are okay with that and they're vulnerable, and I love that journey for you, but that is not a journey for me. But this just does not seem genuine. I'm sorry.
I think it's cringe, but you can take that with a grain of salt because I have trouble expressing my emotions.
It's just that he's a pastor. Like, this is an like, look at how many, this went like viral. I mean, this has 825,000 likes on it.
Huge.
Like, this went far. And I mean, what's the goal when you're a pastor? Is to, bring more people to your church. I mean, people would argue bring more people to Christ, but there's a secondary
feels like
motivation that
engagement
sometimes supersedes the first.
Yeah.
So,
It seems like engagement bait.
yeah.
Like in that, probably, I mean, he's obviously very distraught, so I'm sure that's not the overarching intention, but anything extra seems nice.
Well, and it just makes me sad. I mean, this is completely an assumption on my part, but like he used the hashtag mental health. And like, that's what I was thinking this whole time, is it just makes me sad because I think some people, there's nothing wrong with using religion as like a coping skill or to help you.
Yeah.
It's evidence-based, it helps. But like stopping there when there's still an issue, when, you might need to seek therapy, you might need to try medication. Like, that's just what makes me sad, because some of these pastors point to this like being the end of the road. Like, Jesus is what you need to turn to. You need, like, in Mormonism, you need to pray more. Are you reading your scriptures every day? Like, it's just like,
Yeah, well, and some people will even go as far as like, oh, you're going to therapy because you don't think Jesus can heal you. You're taking medicine because you don't think that Jesus can make you feel better or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this guy's doing that, obviously, but
Also,
some people do that, and it's
what is this? Christian. What is this? What is this?
Christian.
Lots of comments on here. Please tell us your story.
Your story. Thank you, Marisa. That's why I don't get it, because a lot of the persecuted, like that first one, so persecuted, but man, you have to dig to find a comment that is even close to what that girl was describing in her explosive TikTok that she made.
The funniest part to me, as far as like engagement baiting with this, is that he's not going to elaborate on why he feels this way, or at least won't for like a few days. Like on TikTok, he'll post later because there's all these people in the comments. Me too, am confused. I wish I knew. Someone said that the girl he wanted to marry break up with him, but like break. So like a car.
Pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes. So it's just a bunch of people being like, what happened? Can you be more specific? How can we help?
And then
What's
like
going on?
zero elaboration. And the easy thing to do would be to pick a comment and do a video reply to that comment, because then it goes to the very top. But he didn't do that.
He's got to wait a few days
and
and
he
post it.
Obviously knows how to run TikTok. It's pretty obvious.
It's like Brittany Dawn. Like,
Be-dong.
I'm still waiting for the TikTok about sleep paralysis demons. So
I want to hear
come on, Brittany. I'm still waiting.
With bated breath.
For real.
Okay, this one, pause real quick, was not as much what she was saying. I'll let her get to it, and then I will interrupt when I'm like, okay, that's enough. Here's what I wanted to show you.
The final day comes and you're standing in front of God and you say, God, I did all these things in your name. And he says, away from me. I do not know you. And you say, but I accepted you into my life as my Lord and Savior. I said I was a Christian. I'm at church every Sunday and I'm reading my word. Yeah, but how did you represent me?
You represented him when he was buying a house. Look at these fucking hashtags. Hashtag FYP. Hashtag Christian TikTok. Hashtag Christian. Hashtag Realtor.
Realtor!
This lady is a Christian, and like her whole thing is, I'm a Christian, but this is my realty account.
Okay. I mean, that's going to appeal to some people.
I guess so.
That's going to...
Honestly, that's such a weird thing to be doing, like combining your business like that.
There's something off about that to me.
I can see why... Oh, shit. What happened?
What happened? For me, it's the comments. Like, these comments right here. And these have, like, no likes, but you don't know. Don't speak for Christ. Who do you think you are? You don't judge nor make assumptions. I think that's fair because there's a lot of Christians on this app who are on, like, a f***ing high horse who were like, you need to get your shit together. You need to get your life right. You, like...
Your life according to you.
Yeah.
And
like,
I guess maybe that is because they want to only talk to their intended audience, but
maybe.
Sheesh.
Like this person. I get what you mean completely, but I also look at it as if I have a relationship with him and share my faith, it sounds cruel for him to turn me away. Agree.
Right?
Agree. It seems they always, like when I was in college, they talked about this a lot when I was in institute, which is like college level Mormon teaching, and they talked about this a lot.
Your college level additional indoctrination for the week.
Yes. And there was a lot of focus on, well, if you just check all the boxes and you get up there, will Jesus really know you? And it always gave me anxiety because I was like, well, what else do I need to be doing?
Yeah.
Like
what the is wrong with checking all the goddamn boxes?
Yeah, and what am I missing? So I hate this kind of bullshit.
I feel like it kind of oscillates between like, oh, you need to be there for this and this and this. You got to obey the commandments, but don't just check all the boxes.
I like this one. Okay. I think you're not right in everything you're saying.
Thank you, Dereka 2002.
Can we skip the rest of this one?
Yeah,
I don't want to listen to this bullshit.
Oh, here's the one I gotta sing for you because it's gonna be.
Oh, comments already have me intrigued. Okay.
Also, we don't stand Sia. Sia. Sorry.
Real talk. Okay, do you want me to just mute it?
No, because I need to hear it, and I'll do my best rendition of this because you need to hear the lyrics.
The reason I adore this song, Christian edition, smiley face, while she's sitting in her car.
I don't know the. You'll never be alone. I'll be with you to dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. Baby, I'm right here. I'll hold you when things go wrong.
Now she laid over all of those with Bible verses.
The thing is with this one is she picked Bible verses where I do not fucking understand where she was pulling anything close to what they were saying. The first line, let's see, I'm just going to replay it real quick. You'll never be alone, Isaiah 41:10. Let me pull this up real quick just for the uninitiated. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen ye, yea, I will... This one is kind of close.
That one's close.
This one was kind of close.
Okay. What's the next one?
The next one. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn.
And Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy.
31:8.
This one I had to double check the verse because I was like, what? And the Lord, he it is that doth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed.
How do you get
What
dusk
the
and dawn in that?
Like, that is really vague. He will be with thee. You could have just cited the last one to be the same one. And then... But anyway, in Joshua 1:9, I'm right here.
Where are you?
Joshua 1:9. And be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. That was actually the Scripture Mastery one.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that
I'm
one
right
can,
here.
like, kind of
Anyway.
interpolate.
It's all, like, really ambiguous. Not to mention, why are you trying to apply meaning with the Bible to secular music? It's kind of...
Well, I'm reading in the
Somebody pointed
comments
out-
here that the artist of the song is actually Muslim.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
2 people commented that Zayn Malik is Muslim. And then my favorite comment, do this with WAP. Now that's
We
one
got
I'd
any
like
other
to
banger
see.
comments there?
Commenting to stay on Christian TikTok. Don't put the quotes in if that's not what the verse says.
Thank you. That's actually extra funny because they'd probably be so triggered knowing that Zayn is a Muslim.
For real. This right here is a B-dong take. It doesn't matter if you force a verse into the meaning. The song was not made to worship. It's a secular song that we should not listen to. So,
There it
how
is.
Christian are you, bitch?
How Christian are you?
Because not enough Christian to be Brittany Dawn,
know.
apparently.
Are you in the world but not of the world?
Shame on you.
You're trying to find meaning.
Uh-oh. Already,
This
Christians and
one-
sex.
Yeah, will you put the sound back on? Mm-hmm. I don't know if it has a song or whatever.
6 years ago, I stopped having sex.
6 years ago, I stopped having sex and committed myself to celibacy after finding God. I know this sounds very hard, but it's actually been the most healing thing of my life. I found amazing friendships, traveled the world, celebrated, grew close.
Bidong.
Okay, but wait. Wait. So, to travel, you have to stop having sex. To find friends, you have to stop having sex. To eat food, you have to stop. Like, what is the
I
connection?
know, right? See it through real quick, just
Okay.
to
To
because it
God,
does kind of
focused
come
on my
back around.
health instead of sex, and found an amazing
Kind of.
man who was also waiting for marriage. Without God, none of this would have been possible. It's worth the wait.
Okay, but wait a minute here. Focused on my health. You can't focus on your health and have sex at the same time. So she
Those
can't.
are mutually exclusive, Jordan, because if you're horny all the time,
She can't
how
have.
are you going to eat healthy?
She's gonna be unhealthy during her marriage because they're having sex. Because you can't be healthy unless
right.
you're not having sex.
Yeah.
The logic.
Her friendships are going to dissolve because they're going to be doing it, but in a God-honoring way this time.
Like they really. I mean, we talked about this in our live stream last week. The fixation with sex that Christians
Purity,
have is just like
so-called
insane. And it just, there's nothing wrong with waiting till marriage or being celibate or doing any of those things, but to like, I don't know, to like glorify it to this thing that it's like changed your life because you've made friends because you're not having sex. Like, what? Like, what? What is happening? I'm so confused. These comments, though. Not me watching till the end to see if it was a joke.
How do I commit to celery? That one's good.
You can literally do all of these things without being celibate.
Same, except it wasn't voluntary. Tupac came back to make that, apparently.
Good for you, but not for everyone.
It's really helped me grow with the Lord. I'm
really glad that everybody's on the same page with me about this. Waiting for God to duet this.
Same.
Do they have any other material? Because
no, it's
sex
all recycled.
Needs to seem like it's the
end all be all.
It's the forefront of everything right now.
You know, it can just be a regular component to your relationship. It doesn't have to be like this.
She's a Bethy wannabe.
On a f***ing pedestal. Because that's
Except
what it
she's
seems
not
like.
modest, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is not a modest outfit right here.
Oh,
really.
man. That is visual sex right there. You become pornography.
And young women, please understand that if you dress immodestly, you are magnifying this problem by becoming pornography.
She's become pornography. Damn it. That's not very Christian, bestie.
I just want to say, I've come across this guy before, and he is major cringe.
Pregnant man, pregnant person emoji coming to Apple iPhones. Bro, we in the end of times for real, because what is this?
This guy is 100% called somebody a triggered snowflake, and he's getting mad about a f***ing emoji that doesn't even apply to him.
I'm trying to look at...
What is that?
This looks like somebody in a prison uniform with a bag over his head.
Oh, fuck, I did it too.
See?
Hold on. Let's do it the manual way. Oh, no. Damn it. That's a little bit odd. I have another of him, too. We need Jesus. The devil is so cringe. Man, you want to see cringe? Look in the mirror.
Just don't use the emoji. Why are we mad about an emoji? Crying. I just know he's 5'2". You paid for the painting in the back and hung it up. That's why I'm confused. What the hell is this? Because it's him, presumably, in the front. But this, like, is this a Jesus with a bag over his head? In a prison uniform? Like, the orange gives me prison vibes.
Executed or not again. Oh, that one went way over the line. I'm sorry.
But this, I mean, is it wrong though? End times over an emoji. Like, literally, Christians will step on a bug and
End
be like,
times is f***ing everywhere.
Jesus is nigh.
Yoga Barbie. Oh
my God. There's literally emojis of fairies, and this is what's unrealistic to you.
All of the emojis need to be rooted in reality. So this one can stay, and we're gonna get rid of a whole bunch, like the vampire ones. Those have got to go.
The zombie ones.
The zombie one, that's got to go to any sort of like spaceship. We know they don't look like that. Let's be real. Put a realistic spaceship. Come on.
The devil is so cringe. Yep, the devil's making emojis. He's got a lot of time on his hands these days.
It's about...
Oh, we got a paintbrush.
Also, hold on. This guy's whole vibe is doing like Christian parody songs. So buckle up.
Oh Lord, our Mac sounds like it's gonna take off.
Sheesh.
Time. In a minute, I'm gonna need a Bible verse or the Holy Spirit to pump me up. Feeling fussy in my Bible lassie, trying to bring out the fabulous. It's about quiet time.
I hope the Bidong Christians are coming for him in this. Like, this is not God honoring. This is secular music. Shame on you.
If I was Lizzo and I saw this, I would delete TikTok. This would be it.
If
it's
I was
over for me.
Lizzo and I saw this, I would retire.
This is embarrassing. Why did you do this? We need God's word every day. Please tell me this is satire. I'm concerned.
Same.
I'm Jewish.
Thank you, Elsa, for being the voice of reason in the room.
Oh my God.
God bless you. Never give up.
Never give up. He's doing such amazing work with this TikTok. He's really pushing himself to the limit.
He's putting in the work for sure. Definitely won some souls for Jesus with this one, homie.
Wow. Okay. This is cringe. He could easily slide into Mormonism. No problem.
Very easy. Here's another one from the same guy. You already know. You already know.
I like his hat.
Make a deal with God. I'd have him bring Jesus back. This place is ghetto.
Oh.
Damn, bro. And people think that's funny too. I'm like,
can we use a different word?
Okay. People don't see anything wrong with that.
Here's the thing about this logic that I hate though, especially with like super religious boomers and Gen X who are like,
boomers.
You know, if you watch this channel and you're a boomer, you're probably a cool person. You know, we don't hate on boomers in general. But I think this is part of why the older generations in this, like in the United States in particular, just don't give a shit about what's going to happen with the planet in the next 100 years because they're under the false reality that Jesus is coming. Like,
he's
soon.
going to come back and burn it with fire, cleanse it.
Why do we need the earth? We don't need to be worried about climate change. Like, we don't need to, worry about anything pertaining to the earth or minimum wage or quality of life or any of those things because it's the end of times.
Yep.
And that just, I can't even begin to say how harmful that is because the only people who end up getting f***ed over in that scenario are the people who have to continue to live here because Jesus isn't coming. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just can't. I just can't.
I really hope since he's taken the time to do all these like popular sounds that I really hope he makes it around to the Master of Puppets Christian parody.
Okay, so this guy's username is Warriors of Christ, and this got a lot of traction.
Comfortable is being at somebody's house in their bed. And then you go find somebody else and give them yo. And then you find somebody else in their vulnerable moment and you take their...
Are we serious?
Yeah, people, man, with the purity culture parables that we did, you can check it out here. I don't know where it's going to be. We're small right now, so I don't know. Anyway, it felt like all these things were kind of antiquated, especially because they were coming... I mean, they're kind of sweeping that shit under the rug, in the Mormon church at least.
This is so toxic.
This is f***ing new stuff.
This is so toxic.
This is on stage, like, recently. It's not antiquated. It's still happening. These kind of bullshit things.
There's no new material. They've been coming up with this same bullshit, objectifying women for decades. We are commodified. We're not human beings. We're not people. We're cookies. We're cupcakes. We're meant to be consumed. Does anybody have a problem with that logic? Like, I hate this bullshit. Because this whole dynamic is why we have so many problems, especially with men treating women like shit and misogyny. And it's just, oh my God, it just gets me so worked up because all this does is cause problems and all this does is hurt women. Like, this is just meant to keep perpetuating the cycle of men being in power. Women are just meant to be consumed and can't offer anything or be, their own independent person with ideas and, like, it just, this stuff gets me so mad.
Yeah. And obviously, I don't think we see the the audience at any point in this, but I think it's pretty safe to say that this is probably just to an audience of women.
You know who loves this shit though? Men. Men eat this shit up.
Literally.
Eat it up. There. Like, he loves this shit because he gets to revel in it. And it's just another way of knocking women down pegs. And it's just another way
and being applauded for it.
Yeah. And people are just okay with it. And it shifts the power differential, the dynamic, so that women are constantly knocked down for men. So we can't, like, it's designed so women can't step into their own power and be like, this is bullshit. I don't believe any of this. My relationship with God is mine. And it has nothing to do with what I've done with my parts. So thank you. I didn't realize you were the authority on what happens here. Like, oh, this just makes me so mad. Okay, I'll shut up.
He's eating cookies, by the way, for the... Taking a bite out of each one.
And the truth of the matter is, you're now in a pattern. You don't even want them. You bite it and spit it out.
Are you gonna be able to play this with the music in the back?
I think so. I'll pitch shift it or something.
But you're just used to having pieces of people. Comfort. I'm just using a bunch of analogies.
I got that.
To ask you to confront. What have you been catering to? What have you been dibbling and dabbling in?
Dibbling? I don't know if dibbling is a word.
He also has a cake there. So is the implication that women who have had who have had sex before marriage are like chewed up cookies, right? Same, what were women in Mormonism? Licked cupcakes. Like, it's same bullshit, just in different contexts. But is the implication that if you haven't done that, then you're the cake, like you're this magnificent looking cute pink cake that has in front of him right now? Is that what we're putting together about this? This is so harmful. This is so damaging.
I don't know.
Because not only does this hurt, I mean, it's just harmful in general, but it's harmful for women who maybe in this scenario did that before they turned their life over to Jesus Christ, right? Before they joined the church, before they became Christian, before they became Mormon. And this rhetoric is still harmful. Like, it does not lift anyone. Like, these women who have, like, are presumably members of his church and are doing life right, who had this in their past, are still going to feel fucking terrible about this.
Yeah.
This is terrible. And this is same thing with bidong and soul ties. And if you have sex with people, then you're losing pieces of yourself and you're giving pieces up. And that, just know that all of that is bullshit. And we have to get out from under the stupid assumption that having sex with people outside of marriage is somehow damaging to the self. Can it be damaging? In right context, sure. Like in a commitment issues type of way, or
emotionally
in an emotional fashion.
Or
can it be
physically sometimes?
Exactly. Can it be bad in some context? Sure. But like labeling the whole thing as terrible, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And all it does is harm women. And it harms men too, because we harm, like, while men perpetuate the harm, this also harms men too, because then there's a lot of stigma attached to, men wanting to be with women who are this way. But we don't see the inverse of this in religious circles. Like, we don't ever talk about the men who have gone and slept around and lost pieces of themselves. Like, we don't ever talk about that. It's just women.
Yeah. And then to further drive home the point, people who religious scrupulosity is a part of their faith because of this kind of harmful stuff that peddle. Even if they have repented, they've made things right, they might turn around and be like, I don't know if I did enough to make reparations and stuff like that. So it harms those people and people who are the survivors of SA, CSA, and other types of abuse. It just makes...
Because there's no caveat for that. Like, it's just your fault.
Yeah. What are you going to say? Oh, well, that bite of the cookie didn't count. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Because it wasn't your choice. But, like, the logic there still stands. And so if you haven't watched my Mormon Stories interview with Dr. John DeLynn, I talk about this because this is what happened to me. And then you get put in positions, like McKay said, where you're constantly trying to fix it, and it's never going to be enough because you're always in constant fear and anxiety that you can't undo what's been done, and that you can't check enough boxes, read enough scriptures, pray enough, go to church enough, go to the temple enough. You can't do enough of that to fix it. And then you just live in a constant state of anxiety, and it's just so unhealthy, and this shit is so terrible. Oh my God, it just drives me nuts.
And this got 541,000 likes. I don't even know how many views that translates to.
And you know who is primarily on TikTok?
Young, impressionable people.
Young women.
Anyway.
God, if you love me, give me a sign. I love you too.
If you go to Google right now and you type in confirmation bias, this video pops up.
Oh my God, he literally goes outside. And was it hailing when he went out there?
Is it?
Yes.
For those of you who are
lightning.
listening, yeah, it's lightning. Yeah,
okay.
Lightning strikes right after he says, "God, send me a sign." Oh, I love you too.
Okay. Okay.
I wonder how many times he recorded that before it actually happened.
That's the part we won't talk about, right? That's the thing that we won't see.
Let's see the drafts, buddy.
Bro, you went outside in a storm and there was lightning. Relax.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was a one take because lightning was flashing every second or something like that. One of those wild storms.
I just can't with this.
All right. We've done kind of more just Christian, non-Mormon Christian specific ones. I'd also added in a bunch of Mormon specific ones.
Hell yeah.
This guy I've seen a bunch on because of Ex-Mormon TikTok, and it is, this guy's kind of extra cringe.
Let's go. I'm not a fan of the stash. Just starting out. Why? Oh, the audio's off because I'm dumb.
Oh, we can't play the audio anyway. So it says...
Do you want me to turn it off?
Either way, it doesn't matter. It kind of helps me. Young people leaving the church like flies, quote unquote. And then he shows images of General Conference in Salt Lake City.
With tons of people in the conference building.
I have a point to make about this, but there is another TikTok that is related to this. So I will wait to share that little tidbit of information.
LOL. I'm one of the young people who left. Thank you, you brave soul.
Thank you.
I have never met a person who goes to church besides my grandparents. I mean, if you look at the stats, they are. This is the thing about TikTok. I'm sorry, this is just the way it is. Mormons don't stand a chance on TikTok. They absolutely do not.
No, I was just in the LDS. Not even anything to do with Ex-Mormon. Probably half the videos that I was watching were Ex-Mormons.
TikTok started and Ex-Mormons took over. And one of the main reasons, and we've talked about this before, there's been talks given by church leaders where they've said, don't get on TikTok. Korahor, who's an antichrist in the Book of Mormon, is on TikTok, like as an example. And so they really, really, really discourage people, Mormons, getting on TikTok. And it's because Ex-Mormons took over as far as Mormon content goes. So they've, like, we flooded the LDS hashtag, the Mormon hashtag, like faith journey, faith crisis, Mormonism, like all of those things were flooded with Ex-Mormons who were just sharing their experience. And so we'd occasionally, like, I remember one Mormon influencer who got on TikTok one time, and I my theory was the church paid her to do it, but she posted 2 TikToks, I think, in like 3 days and never posted again because she got ratioed. Like, there's no space. She got
so wrecked.
There's no space for Mormons on TikTok, really. Like, they, like, just in this comments, you see the occasional, yeah, I love this, but then it's like, this has to be ironic. This church happens to be full. It's in Utah. It's easy to fill that up in Utah, not Christianity. This is what we talk about when Christians hate Mormons. But it's just bullshit. And they will try to feed their own hope that you know, young people aren't leaving the church in droves because they are. Sorry, that was my tangent.
This one made me laugh. What a difference 6 hours makes. We're doing the outfit check, you know,
Queens.
what it is. Definitely like the
dress,
club bathroom or something like that.
Like the shoes.
Love it.
Backless. Strapless.
Awesome
Ooh.
heels. Oh, and now we're in the Mormon church building. Everything's covered. Shoulder to ankles.
Girlies.
It's funny because I think we all kind of knew somebody like this growing up. At least Mormons. And maybe you Christians in the audience or ex-Christians.
Is this meant to be ironic, though?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. The account name is Swag Big Baddie J Dog. So I think it is meant to be ironic. The kind of people who are like, yeah, I'm Mormon, and you know,
because
that's none of my business. But
if you think about,
it's kind of dumb to be bragging about, honestly.
If you watched our Mormon swingers video, it was a few weeks back. Same bullshit. Like these women that are kind of Mormon, but not really, haven't gone to church in a long time, don't participate, don't follow any of the rules.
Yeah.
And then go viral because people are like, oh my God, you're Mormon and doing that? Like, it just turns into like a whole thing. So if they're looking for clout, they got it. But honestly, to me, there is no way that these two things can be compatible.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, it makes none. Because these two things just cannot coexist. Like, going to a club, is that Mormon friendly? Absolutely not. Dressing like this, Mormon friendly at all? Absolutely not. It's one thing to wear like a crop top and short shorts in Mormonism. This is a whole other level, my friends.
Yeah.
A whole other level.
You wouldn't be caught dead wearing anything like this.
Absolutely
in front of
not.
somebody that was also at church with you 6 hours later.
Absolutely not.
I thought you were primary teachers.
Normalize this. Every time I see this video, it makes me so happy. Dress however you're comfortable. And see, this is the problem, and we've talked about this a million times, but this is the problem that I have with this shit, is this is how they get you to stay, is people on the inside, girlies like this, are normalizing this behavior. Because this behavior isn't acceptable in Mormonism, which is why most people leave. But if these girlies make it acceptable, then people are like, okay, I
can stay.
I can vibe with this.
God doesn't care what I'm wearing.
I can stay.
They're telling you he does, so...
It's bullshit. You're just setting yourself up to stay in something that's toxic. Stop trying to fit you into the Mormon mold. Like, you can't. Stop trying to make the church fit. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And mind you, if you actually are Mormon and, you know, we've got homophobia, transphobia, all that other bullshit that you're going to be held accountable for, it's cute that you go to the club, but we got a much larger issue at hand.
Yeah.
Heavenly Father would love this TikTok.
Is this for real? I've never met a British LDS/Mormon.
There's not a lot of them.
Basically gone. Check out the British Rescue.
Temple garments don't work with those fits.
No, and we love it. We love that they don't, because you should be able to wear...
Joseph Smith didn't restore the gospel for this.
Oh, is that
he
a
ain't
man?
wrong. He absolutely is.
Oh, unsurprised. All right, this one's a doozy.
What the LDS Church actually teaches the youth.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma. Today we're going to be learning the PB&J dance. This one is a fan favorite, so let's jump right in.
This is their social media presence. She's doing I don't even know what this song is called, but for those listening, because, well, nobody's going to be able to hear it because it's copyrighted.
It's the Elitch Garden song.
Yeah, it's the Six Flags dancing guy. Anyway, that's enough of that. I don't want to see any more. But,
that's it. I'm done with the church.
Yeah. Oh, that guy is so fucking annoying. I recognize him. He's a BYU football player. That boy Rex. He's such a smug asshole. Not a fan. FSY is for the Strength of Youth, formerly known as EFY, especially for youth. It's a program that they do in the summers, basically like a summer camp. It's kind of all over.
It's just indoctrination station for youth.
Yeah, at least here in the West, the kids, they pay to go and stay in the dorms in BYU, and it's like a week-long thing. They do a bunch of dances, and it's like 24/7 the whole time, and it's really... I never went. This is one of the few Mormon experiences that I never went. We were, yeah.
This is a nice venue.
There was another one that somebody tagged us in, but it was 16-year-olds dancing. I don't want to share that. But this one, you can hardly see them. And this is the leaders who were very young adults. They're called counselors, I guess.
This is a nice venue.
This looks like it's not in Utah.
No,
it's probably in California.
Arizona, Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just normal Mormon shit.
This is what they do. Slow dances. You're supposed to have a
Book of Mormon
distance between each other.
And mind you, I mean, if you have a full, if you've got the quad of everything, that's a lot of space.
That's a lot of space. That might be what they're... I think it's the length that they're looking for.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. I never went. I wouldn't know.
The funniest thing, you guys tag us, I've gotten tagged in these the last few weeks on TikTok, and the funniest thing on every one of these is the fact that everyone is sober is insane. If I was drunk, this would be so much fun. It's just hilarious because the common denominator in all of these is people these kids, nobody is anything but sober in any of these videos, and they are just doing this. Unironically doing this.
Hold on, play it again real quick.
What?
I just realized they're doing the dance that was instructed in the video to the same song.
Oh yeah.
I just realized
it's just really muted.
Yeah, it's really muted. Which
Mormon
will be good
parties.
I can include the audio. Here's another one.
Lots of kids.
That's another one with kids. Never mind.
Dare to be a
All right, we're back to be Matt.
Is this
This very first thing.
Is this Tommy?
No, this is Matt again. He's the one with the
Monson.
Oh, it's Tommy Monson, yeah. The beginning is what I wanted to show, really.
Dare to be a Mormon.
The listeners, sorry about this, but the audio is Tommy Monson
was my prophet,
the last Mormon prophet before this current one, saying, "Dare to be a Mormon," and the text says, "Dare to be a Latter-day Saint."
Because they can't say Mormon anymore.
My guy is absolutely committed to the grift that Rusty set up.
Dare to stand alone. Dare to have a purpose firm. Dare to make it known.
It's funny because he actually made this a sound for other people to use.
He did. Is this Logan?
I think so. The Logan Temple.
I would have eaten this shit up when I was Mormon.
For real.
Eaten it up, without a doubt. This is so...
Emotional music paired with the words of a prophet.
Of my prophet growing up.
Wow. Dare to be a Christian.
I miss going to church. I leave on my mission. Hello, Utahns.
Ty Bot.
Some people can leave the church, but they will never leave it alone. Commenting on a Mormon video? Okay, bro.
Classic. I think he's probably referring to other commenters.
Some of these comments break my heart. Go find another app.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe the internet is not for you.
Go to
Sorry.
Twitter. There's a little special group of you on there. He's a 10, but talks about his mission trip in Africa too much. Oh, my Lord.
My guy, I don't think you understood the fucking point of the trend.
Is this a Mormon thirst trap?
This is a Mormon thirst trap. Dude.
In real time.
You're not supposed to do it for yourself, right? And I don't think he's understanding the point that it's Is he saying that he's a 10? Wow, that's pretty vain, Matt.
He's
my friend. You are off the walls on this one.
If you talk about your mission too much, that knocked you down a few pegs, at least when I was Mormon.
Yeah, I think from what I could gather, he is like 22. So at most, he's been home from his mission for 2 years. Wow, bro.
So hyped for my mission.
All the Mormon bros are swarming.
Facts makes you a god.
To hype my mans up.
That's at least a big number out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Are you Mormon?
If you don't mind me asking.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then he retorts with, yes, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I love how the majority of people who are commenting on this are other paintbrush bros who also have shirtless profile pictures. That just tells you everything you need to know.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Is this a picture of Jesus in a crop top?
No. Definitely not. Jesus doesn't have titties like that.
That looks like a facial hair, right?
Oh, never mind. It absolutely is.
Bless, homie. Jesus in crop top with big boobies says bless.
Bless, homie.
The question I get a lot is, why do some LDS influencers not wear their garments? And the answer is, I don't know, and it's really not my place to speculate. There are valid reasons why some people are maybe not able to wear their garments or choose not to wear their garments.
If it is a requirement and it is asked by your bishop that you wear them all the time, are you not recognizing that there probably is an issue if they can't wear them all the time? Where's the disconnect?
And at the end of the day, it's a personal decision. I
But
often
it's
receive
not!
messages and comments from people thanking me for being one of the only LDS influencers that actually wear their garments. And while I know people have the best intentions,
Mimi, thank you.
Think.
Thank you for being such an example by doing the thing that you were told to do and swore on your life that you would do in the temple. It just means so much to, like, come on. Stop with this bullshit. You are not on a high horse because you do what the church told you to do. You know how many boomers wear their garments? Every single fucking one.
Yeah, right?
You're not special. Oh my God. I can't with these people.
when they message me things like this, and I really, really do appreciate their support of my content. That's not why I wear garments. I don't wear them as a virtue signal or even to be a good example to others. I wear my garments because it strengthens my relationship with God. Now, I know within the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there are a lot of commandments and guidelines that are pretty obvious to outside people, whether you're following them or not. And this can often lead to a culture of toxicity and judgment. But I do believe it also gives us an opportunity. Jesus taught us to leave all judgments to him, and this is our opportunity to exercise our faith in him as the ultimate judge. Trust me, I get that it's frustrating seeing people who specifically market themselves as LDS influencers not following these commandments. I try to just allow myself to be grateful for my Savior as our ultimate judge. He's the only one with the full perspective and the full story of every situation.
Okay, so only Jesus can, but your bishop is going to ask you at least once a year if you're wearing them.
Once every 2 years.
Once every 2 years now.
Yeah.
That's right. They go longer.
Yeah.
So your bishop's going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
So are you going to tell him only Jesus can judge me? Because I can tell you right now that ain't going to work.
He's not signing that fucking temple recommend.
That's the thing that gets me about this is they act like if you don't wear them, then nothing's going to happen. So yeah, if you don't wear them and you tell your bishop you don't, then you lose out on membership privileges, like going to the temple. And going to the temple is a hallmark of Mormonism. And you are told by church leaders that you need to be going to the temple constantly if you are able to, and it's close in your area. And so I just, and I just keep thinking, like when we were in the church, they would always talk about how Mormons in other countries don't have temples that are close. And so there were members who would travel like days, and they would save money for years to travel to the temple, and they would go for like these 3, 4, 5 day long trips just to go to the temple for an hour. And like take that perspective and apply it to this. You think those people are wearing their garments? And here you are.
Just a little anecdotal information about this. There were Mormons in Central America before there was a temple in Mexico City. those Mormons would travel from wherever they were to Mesa, Arizona to go to the temple. Like, it is a serious thing for so many people. And I admire the dedication that these people make, because it was such a fucking sacrifice for those people to do that. And then you have people here in Utah who live like, I can see the temple from my window, and they're like, oh, well, it's just a choice. It's like inconsequential, and only Jesus can judge me. Like,
it just,
come on.
It doesn't make sense.
It's
you guys.
a high demand religion. Let's stop pretending that it's not.
And it just makes me crazy, because once again, this is just an example of members who their personal beliefs and values around a core tenet of the church do not align. And they're willing to forego that in order to stay. And the church loves that, because they're like, yeah, stay.
They love the shit out of
stay.
that.
Even though,
Stay.
you're going against
Give
the
us
belief
tithing.
systems, but stay. Like, you're not doing yourself any favors. You're just delaying the process and shitting on people who actually take it seriously. Like, I'm sorry. That's what you're doing. Like, it just, and you are not this high and mighty person for actually wearing them. Like, this is, I am like 1,000% sure that this is a Gen Z and millennial thing. Prior to TikTok and things, this was not an issue, unless there's like a medical concern, pregnancy, breastfeeding, like legitimate things that I can think of where garments would be like a problem that a bishop would be okay with.
Yeah. One of my favorite Exmo creators, Black Exmo, Spencer, on TikTok, he always loves to comment or recite what Jeffrey Holland said about the church. Like, it is a buffet, and you should eat the broccoli too. Don't pick and choose. Enjoy your broccoli. But he uses it in a lot more heavy circumstances.
Well, what did David Bednar just say like a few months ago?
You don't have agency once you have.
When you've taken out those covenants, your agency is gone. That is what a Mormon church leader who's in the 12, literally one step down from the prophet, told everybody like a few months ago. So this whole idea of you can choose, you can't. You can like
and
choose.
More recently, there was a guy down just south of us who was saying that young men don't have there's no choice in going on a mission or not. You go on a mission because you made a covenant when you were younger at some point that you would go on a mission when you got baptized. And for some kids, that's 8, which is not a time to be choosing right after you get out of high school. If you're going to go fuck off for 2 years and give 2 years of your life to something, it's not the time for that.
Well, and it's just hilarious to me because they will, like, Mormon church leaders know what's going on TikTok. They have people who watch this. We know things. We're aware.
SCMC.
So they are aware of what Gen Z and millennials are doing as far as not wearing garments. And they're aware that young men in particular are not going on missions as often. So they're taking this bullshit that you guys are talking about on TikTok and other places, and they're directly contradicting what you're saying and saying, no, it's not an option. You can't not go on a mission. You can't not wear your garments. So you know what's happening? You are directly opposing your church leaders who you swear... who you swear to follow.
You think you're doing yourself a favor. You think you're helping other people out. And in the long run, they're just adapting to whatever you're saying so that there's no question. You can't.
Well, and that brings up the point of there are 2 temple recommend questions that you would be in violation of. 1, you're not wearing your garments. And 2, you're not sustaining church leaders.
Yep. Which is another big take you down a peg on being able to get... Anyway, we're kind of running long, so let's... go to the next one. This one will have to be muted too, but it says, POV, you tried to get into the prophet's devotional. This happened just a couple months ago. They had a devotional for the youth where the prophet president, Russell Nelson, was there, and him and his wife addressed the young single adults, and they're just walking around showing the absolute insane crowds.
Because they didn't tell them how many people would show up on purpose. Because guess what? This creates a whole spectacle because all these kids come in hoping that they can get in. And instead of doing the reasonable thing and selling tickets so that everybody who shows up can get in, they do this.
So everybody flocks there so that they can get an opportunity to go in, and then a bunch of people get fucked over.
And then they can go around with cameras and be like, look at all these youth.
And to be completely honest, they do that for general conference. They sell tickets. It's not like it's some weird part that's not included in their little conference center infrastructure. It's there. They chose not to do it. I just wanted to make a point because this person is trying to say, just look at all of us. We are flocking. We are here. There's so many of us, and we're not losing numbers. I'm going to throw this up, but just to read it, this is a Gallup poll in 2014 of just the breakdown of religions. They sorted it by Mormon. Top one, 55% of the state of Utah is Mormon. The next one, a huge fucking steep drop off, 19% in Idaho, and another big steep drop off, Wyoming at 9%, which are all right in the same area. And the next one is Alaska, which is odd, and Arizona at 5%, which are the Morador. They're right there. All of those people are within less than a 12-hour drive.
Can you watch this?
In most cases.
After it happens?
What?
This devotional?
I think so.
So
it should be available. So.
That's the even worst part about this. Is this is not
it was broadcast to the stakes.
This is not an exclusive message that these teens are getting.
We had it screen recorded just in case there was some
bullshit thing that they were going to say.
Yeah, bullshit.
So that's the even worse thing. It's not like they're getting to an event that's exclusive where they're the only ones that are going to hear this material. Like they're the only ones that are going to hear the prophet speak. This is recorded.
You can watch it from your bed.
Oh my God. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
So it was just a stunt. It was a huge stunt. They had fucking cardboard cutouts of the prophet and his wife that you could take pictures with. I can't imagine another thing. That should be a red flag.
Tell me you're in a cult.
So many people.
Without telling me you're in a cult.
Okay, this took way longer.
Marshmallow.
What would you do if you were a marshmallow?
We're going back to
we got tagged in this?
I want to swabble around.
No, we have to watch this one.
Mellow.
I just want to
What
be
would you do
married.
if you were a marshmallow?
I would just replenish the earth.
Want to be a marshmallow.
Is this like some breeding fetish type shit?
Which is perfectly fine.
Which is
but,
fine.
I mean,
that's what this is giving
the
for me.
Sole purpose for this guy getting married is so that he can have sex. Top comment here.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. Be fruitful and multiply. I feel that on a spiritual level. Ew. The fuck? Okay.
I volunteer as tribute. Girlies, calm down.
Becky. Also, why do you want to be Becky with the good hair? Did you not listen to
white?
this song?
Oh my lord. She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What did you do?
What did I do?
I can't with this.
Mellow.
Anyway.
This pains me inside.
It is... Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. This is what a lot of the... I mean, there is maybe some good stuff out there, but it is weird. It's just like you're trying to get clout for your God or like for Jesus.
I just have no tolerance for the Mormons who do this. I have like literally
and on the way doing it, they say some dumb stuff or bigoted things, and just not a fan.
Like it would be cute if you guys weren't in a cult and weren't homophobic and transphobic and racist and all of those things, and being a willing participant in all of those things and continuing to perpetuate those things and lobby money to people who are trying to undo the legalization of gay marriage. Like, this is so much of a bigger issue than a bunch of 20-year-olds outside the conference center waiting to listen to an old white man speak. Like, stop. Just stop.
So anyway, we've gone on for way long. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. Thank you everybody who stuck around. You're amazing. You're awesome. We love you. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button if this is something that you would like to see more of. If you're listening, hit the download button, whatever. It helps us out. We love to hear it. If you'd like to support us, you can check out our Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Jordan and McKay. And you can see our little live stream that we're doing soon. So check that out. If you'd like to get some merch, we have stickers on our Etsy store. That's Happy Brain Collective. You can get all the same designs on shirts, mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts. If you go to the link in our bio, that's on Teespring. We also have Instagram and then TikTok, like we were talking about. You can find us on both of those at Jordan and McKay. And then our awesome Discord. You can find the invitation for that in the freaking description. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks everybody for sticking around, and we will see you next time.